Hi everyone and welcome to my new video. My name is Laskewitz and today I'm gonna talk about environment variable secrets. It's an exciting new feature that the Power Platform team has released. It's really new and I'm gonna show you how it works. So let's move to my desktop and then show you how it's done. Here we are at my desktop and I already opened the PowerApps documentation about environment variables, and that's called the Environment Variables Overview. And when you look at the right, you can see all the parts that are in this article. And one of the things is use Azure Key Vault secrets. When you click on that, you will get to the right place in the documentation, and then you'll get some information about how to set this up. And if we look here, we can see that to use the Azure Key Vault secret with Power Platform, the Azure subscription that has the vault must have the Power Platform resource provider registered, and the user who creates the environment variable must have appropriate permissions to the Azure Key Vault resource. And here it says prerequisites. The Microsoft Power Platform resource provider must be registered in your Azure subscription. So let's look at my Azure subscription, and here I am at the portal.azure.com website, and you can select your subscription there. And when you scroll down on the left side, you can see that there is a part called resource providers. When you select that, you will see a big list of things. There's actually a huge list of all kinds of resource providers available here. But let's select the Microsoft.Power Platform one. And you can see that it's not registered. So when I select this, I'm able to register it. And when I do that, it will start with the register steps. And this will actually take a while. So I'll just pause for a second and then come back when it's done. Okay, so it took about 2 minutes and now it's registered, as you can see. So let's move back to the documentation. In the documentation, the second step is create an Azure Key Vault, and it has an interesting comment as well in this part. Consider using a separate vault for every Power Platform environment to minimize the threat in case of a breach. So that's an interesting thing to know as well. You have a bunch of best practices for using Key Vault as well. You can go there, and if you want to know more about creating a Key Vault, you can go to a quick start. But in this case, I'm just gonna go to my Azure environment and I'll open up my resource group and I'll create a resource, and I'll just add Key Vault here. There it is. I can select create. I can fill in all kinds of details here. So let's call this Key Vault Daniel. Let's call this secrets. Okay, that's available. It has to be a unique name, so that's something that you need to know. I'm just gonna use the standard stuff apart from this. Let's review and create. Let's create it. And now it's gonna deploy the Key Vault for me. So after a while, this will be done as well. And then I'll have an empty Key Vault available. So let's go to the docs and see what else we need to do. So here we go. The user who creates the environment variable must have read permission on the specific vault. You can verify permission using View My Access on the Access Control Check Access tab of the Key Vault. So we're going to check that in a little bit. If the user doesn't have access, you need to give them access through the Key Vault Reader part. Azure Key Vault must have get secret access policy set for the Dataverse service principal. If it doesn't exist for this vault, add a new access policy. Select add access policy and then select get as the access policy. So that way we need to get the Dataverse service principal and add that to the access policies as well. So that's pretty easy to do. Okay, let's see if the deployment is already complete. Okay, go to resource. Here we are in Azure Key Vault. And here I can go to secrets, for instance, and already create a secret. So call this top secret and call this secret value. So here we are. Secret value is the value of my secret. In this case, I'm not going to use a real secret, but I'm just going to show you how this will work. So let's create this one. Here we go. The secret is already created. Now we need to go and check the access. So let's go to access control and the check access part. Here we are. And what was it? Check access and view my access was the button that I had to do. And here I can see that I have the appropriate access to the Key Vault. So that's good. And now we need to add the get secret access policy set for Dataverse service principal. For that, we can go to access policies on the left, and then I can add a new access policy. I can either choose a template or I can just select my own options here. In this case, I'm going to do the secret management operations, and then I'm going to just select the get one. I need to add a service principal here. So in here, I'm gonna search for Dataverse, and here you can see the 0007, etc. GUID, and that's the same one as you can see here. So it's the correct one. So let's select that one and click select, and then add that to the access policy. So now we can see that there is another access policy apart from my own user, and it's not saved yet. So you need to make sure that you save it as well. So don't forget that, because otherwise you will not be able to get the secret later on. So here we are. That's it. Okay. I added a new secret already, so that's good. And now we can go to PowerApps, to the solutions area, and I already have that open. I already created a solution, and now I want to make sure that I can actually grab the secret that I have already here. So that's the top secret. That's the one we want to add here. So let's add a new environment variable, and then use the display name top secret. I'm going to use Key Vault top secret in this case, where KV stands for Key Vault. And I'm going to select the secret as a data type. There's a bunch of others that I already talked about earlier. Decimal number, JSON, text, yes, no, data source. Those are the already well-known environment variables that you had. And we are going to choose the secret. That's the new one right now in this case. I'm going to select the secret store Azure Key Vault. It might be changed later on that we can have multiple secret stores. So not just Key Vault, but also other options. But for now, it's only Azure Key Vault. Okay, so here I can select the current Azure Key Vault secret and add a new Azure Key Vault secret reference. When you select that, you actually need to fill in a bunch of details. Well, the secret name, we already have that, so I'm just going to paste it there. And let's go back to my Key Vault, and I can see the subscription ID here. I can just copy paste that. I can get the resource group name. I can just copy paste that as well in here. And the Azure Key Vault name, that's this one. So let's add that as well and save it. And let's see if this is going to work. There we go. It looks like it's saving the environment variable. There we are. It's all there. Let's open it up and we can see that it's all there. So that's good. Okay. Now I want to test it, of course. I want to see if we can grab the Key Vault value or the Key Vault secret value from, for instance, flow. So let's add a instant cloud flow and let's see how this is going to work. So let's call this Key Vault and just select the manually trigger a flow one. There we go. Okay, and now we need to grab the environment variable from the flow, for instance. So let's scroll down a little bit. We skipped a bunch of things in here, but we did that already in the demo. So let's scroll down a little bit, and here we are. We are going to use the same trigger, the manually trigger a flow one. And in the guidance here, it says select new step, select from the Microsoft Dataverse connector, and then on the actions tab, select perform an unbound action. And we need to select the retrieve environment variable secret value from the drop down list from the perform an unbound action. So let's move back to the flow, go to new step. We're going to look for Dataverse. And then we have the perform an unbound action. It's gonna sign in. Okay, there it is. And then we need to get the retrieve environment variable secret value. So let's add that in here. Okay, there it is. And now we can add the name of the environment variable in here. And we already created that, that name. And that's going to be, I believe it's this one. And I need to open up the solution again to see which one it was, because I need the internal name. So let me move quickly to the solution there. And here we have the name of it. It's KV top secret. Okay. Top secret. There we go. Okay. This should work. There's actually one thing I really want to make sure that you know, and one of those things is you can go to settings and then select secure outputs, for instance. And that means that whenever we run this, it won't show up in the logs, etc. It will, you can use all the outputs, etc., but it won't show up. So whenever I do a compose here, and let's try that out. When I do a compose here and I will select one of the outputs of the perform an unbound action, I can actually select that in here and then save it. And I'm going to test it in a little bit to show you what happens with the output of the perform an unbound action when we have selected secure outputs. So there we go. Let's see if we can make this work. So let's run this flow and see if we can get it to work. Okay, it ran successfully, so that's good. When you open up this this action, you can see that content is not shown due to security configuration. And when I open a compose, it does the same thing. So this works really well. So normally when you would run a flow or create a flow for a certain scenario, I would highly advise you to change the settings here and turn on the secure outputs, because that way you will make sure that people don't just grab the secret in the logs of the of the Power Automate workflow. But because I want to show that the output is actually there, let's use settings and turn the secure outputs off and select done here. And now I'm going to save it and run it again because I want to show you that the actual value of the Key Vault secret is grabbed from the Key Vault. So let's test this one again and see what the output will be. So here we go. It says secret value, and that's also in the output here. So you can see that secret value is actually the environment variable secret value property that you get from the unbound action. It would be really nice to also rename this, of course. Currently it's perform an unbound action, but get secret would be a better name for this. So make sure that you name them as well. As the last thing, I want to update my secrets because I want to show you that also when you update a secret, when you have high rotation, for instance, you want to know for sure that the secret will be grabbed from the Key Vault at that time. So you don't want to have an old secret in there, for instance. So let's just update this. And we can do another name for that. So let's call this top secret value 2. There we go. So that's the value now. Let's create it. And there we go. If we go back to the flow and test it again, it will probably show the new value in here. There we go, top secret value 2. So you can understand that the new value will be grabbed from the Key Vault. So that's all fine. It won't store any value or something. It will just grab it at runtime. So that's a really good one. With that, we are at the end of the video. I hope you learned a lot. I think that environment variables are a really nice addition to the Power Platform. There is still room for improvement because in Power Automate you now need to use the perform an unbound action. And I really hope that in the future they will make it more easy for you to do so that you don't have to do an action, but you can just grab the environment variables, just like you know from the other type of environment variables. So that it's more easy to use in those scenarios. But maybe they will work on that. But for the rest of all the environment variable secret features, I think it's a really nice thing to have, and it will make it a lot easier for you to easily connect to Key Vault and not use any secrets inside of your Power Automate flows by using the secret in there and hard coding them in there. So I think this is a really, really nice addition to the Power Platform. Okay, so that was it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like this one, please like and subscribe below. I'll add some of the documentation links in the video description so you can watch them as well. And with that, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you at a new video. Bye bye!